Hey everybody, Matt here with Field Contact. Thank you for tuning in to another video on the channel. Today's video is going to be real short, very brief. I don't want to take up much of your time. So real quick, I thought it's important that we talk about weapon storage, right? We spend hundreds and thousands of dollars into our weapon systems, whether it's pistols, rifles, you name it. Like, there's money invested into it with the initial purchase, magazines, ammunition, optics, stipple work, slide work, compensators, muzzle brakes. Like, you add stuff to it, right? That now takes your investment from the initial purchase to this new number, right? So we need to store our equipment safely, right? One, to protect our investment, but also to ensure that our weapons are not being misused, or if you have kids, so that they're not getting too curious, right? So obviously what you see behind me is my gun safe, right? Like, ideally, in a perfect world, everybody would have a gun safe, but I understand that gun safes are not cheap, right? There is a cost associated to it. Some of them in the upwards of thousands of dollars. And let's be honest, with inflation and the way things are going, not everybody can afford several $1,000s worth of gun safe, right? Or quite frankly, maybe people don't have that many guns to where they feel they need a giant gun safe, okay? Now, a gun safe can be used for other things. It could, hold your personal documents. It could hold money. It could hold precious metals, things like that, right? But some people don't have multiple handguns, multiple rifles, so they don't need this large, bulky safe, and I get that. For the longest time, I didn't have a gun safe because of the cost factor. So what's another option? Like, one of the options that I used for a while before I had a gun safe was a Pelican Case, right? And that's the name brand, no endorsements, nothing from it, right? In fact, I don't even have a Pelican Case anymore. I have this cheap Harbor Freight one, okay? And I know this is super small. Obviously, can't fit a rifle in here, but I initially purchased this for my pistols, okay? So, as you can see, it already comes with the foam, and then you can peel out the foam how you want to fit what you want. So, for example, I use it for my Glock 17, my Glock 21, and then I use it for my Glock 19. And then obviously you can stuff mags in there accordingly, right, for what you're shooting or training with. And there you go, right? Now you have some sort of storage for your valuable firearms, right? Everything closes nice and tight. So, a Pelican Case or a Harbor Freight knockoff is a good happy medium to this giant box, right? This isn't fireproof, okay? However, this is somewhat weatherproof, right? Like, this will be water resistant. I wouldn't go chucking it in my pool, but if it's raining and you have this in the bed of your truck, your stuff's probably not going to get wet, okay? It's also got the nice big clips, right, for you to latch, but it also has the reinforced metal tabs right here for you to run a lock through, so if you had kids, okay? Now, you're probably going, well, that's cool, Matt, like, I can store my stuff, but it's got the sweet handle for all the crooks and criminals who break into houses just to walk away now with my investment. You're absolutely right. That could happen. But then the same caveat, right? Somebody could walk in my house, put a dolly under here with their time and some muscles and some friends, and they could lift this and wheel it out, right? However, most gun safes are bolted to the floor, right? There's no reason why you couldn't get a Pelican Case to suit your needs, or a case equivalent to suit your needs, and bolt it to the floor, right? Or bolt it into the closet, right? Wherever you can get to it, right? So there's no reason you can't pull the foam out, do maybe one hole, or maybe do two catty corner holes, right? And do some sort of cement anchors or whatever to tie it to the floor. So now when you have your firearms stowed, right, you have them locked to keep out of reach from your kids. Now with them bolted, they're not going to be able to lift it in theory, okay? But so that's kind of what I want to talk about. Was down and dirty, real quick, short video on another option to maybe something less intrusive to a big old gun safe, or maybe it's just not in the budget, or maybe you don't have multiple long guns you need to store, or multiple pistols. Maybe you have a his and hers pistol. Maybe you just have your pistol, right? And so therefore you could set this up. They make these lengthwise too, so that if you have like a rifle, right? Maybe you have a rifle and one pistol. So there's options out there to safely store your equipment that you've invested your hard-earned money into. So just wanted to share some of those options, right? So if you're new here, thank you for checking in the channel. I'm sorry this video is not super long. It wasn't intended to be that. Just down and dirty, quick video on another option to weapon storage. And this doesn't just have to be for weapons, right? If you have helmet with night vision goggles, you could get a deeper case, right? Something that's a little bit taller. You can pull the foam out, do that stuff, and you can put your helmet with your night vision right in there. Or let's say you have a spotting scope. You can put your spotting scope in there, right? Like you could store your valuable stuff in here. And it's just, I don't know, I think it's a cheap, ineffective way to store the important stuff. So again, if you're new here, welcome. Thank you for stopping in. I ask that you like and subscribe. I also ask that maybe you go back and check out some of the other videos. A lot of good content and a lot more to come. So again, thank you everybody for watching and tuning in. Until next time, be kind to one another. If you're backed into a corner and kindness is no longer an option, be violent. Cheers, folks.